Okay, we're looking at similar polygons today. All right, so in similar polygons, corresponding angles are congruent and corresponding sides are in proportion. Corresponding means if they're lined up, for example, like this, okay, A would correspond with D, C would correspond with F, and B would correspond with E. So what it's saying is that the corresponding angles are congruent. So this angle is congruent to this one's congruent to this one, and this one's congruent to this one. Whereas the sides are in proportion. Okay, and I'll explain that in a little bit. Okay, if you're going to name a polygon, you pick a vertex, doesn't matter which one. Okay, so if I pick this one, then you pick a direction, either clockwise or counterclockwise. So I can go this way and go around, or I can go this way and go around. But I can't go like this one as B, and this one as C, and this one as D. You got to pick a direction. So let's go clockwise. Okay, and then when you name the corresponding ones over here, so if A is here, then we'll have to put P here, and then also go clockwise. Now if it was flipped, then we would go counterclockwise. But for the most part, this is how we're going to name a polygon. Okay? Quadrilateral EFGH is similar to quadrilateral JKLM. Okay, so it was EFGH, JKLM. This little symbol in there means similar to. If they're similar, then we can figure out the value of x. So in this case, we know this one, this one, this one, and we want to know this one. There's probably about 8 different ways, all right, that we could write a proportion to figure out what x is. All right, one could be 8, oops, 8 is to 3. All right, if I'm going to do that, I got to take the corresponding side here. So that's going to be 5. So 8 is to 3 as 5 is to x. Okay, I could also do something like 3 is to x as 8 is to 5. Okay, so kind of like what we were doing before with our proportions. You got to be careful on how you write it, but once you figure it out, you know, these are going to get the same answer no matter which way I do it. Okay, so in my calculator, I take my 5 times my 3, divide by 8, and I get 1.875. Okay. All right, in this one it says, what is the measure of angle Q? Well, angle Q corresponds with angle X, so it's going to be 65 degrees. Measure of angle P corresponds with angle W, so they're going to be the same, 78 degrees. And the measure of angle Z is right here. It's going to correspond with S, so it's 127 degrees. It's that simple, okay? They're exactly the same for angles. All right, we have what's called angle-angle similarity. This works for triangles. It says 2 triangles are similar whenever 2 angles of one triangle are congruent to 2 angles of the other triangle. Okay, so for example, are these 2 triangles similar? Well, no, they're not. They look pretty close, but if you look, this one's 30 and this one's 31. They're not exactly the same, okay? So we would say no, they're not similar. But in this one, they are, because the 31 is congruent to the 31, the 59 is congruent to 59, and we all know triangles all add up to 180 degrees, okay? So therefore, this angle would have to be the same as this angle. So therefore, the 2 triangles are similar, okay, due to angle-angle similarity. Once we've determined the 2 triangles are similar, then we can determine any missing lengths. Okay, so now we know these 2 are similar. We already proved that. Now we're going to use the 3 sides we know to figure out the one we don't know. So and again, we could write this 8 different ways. All right, I'm going to go 80 is to 50. Okay, so 80 corresponds with x, so I'm going to put that here. And then 50 would correspond with 35. Okay, again, this is just one way to write it. You write the one that makes the most sense to you, okay? So in my calculator, I'll go 35 times 80, divide by 50, and we get 56. Okay, and that's pretty much it.